So this is our Valiant grape plant, and I live in northern Alberta, and I had no idea that you could even grow grapes here, but you can, and they actually taste pretty good. Now if you come in and you look, you can see these are tiny little bunches. These are medium-sized bunches. There's some big bunches. This is what the grapes look like, and they actually taste pretty good. So they taste a lot like, you know, that Welch's grape juice. That's essentially what they taste like, and you can eat them fresh just like this. The downside of them is you have these little grapes and two giant seeds on the inside, so they're kind of annoying to eat more than a few, but they're really great for making jelly or for making juice. They're absolutely fantastic for both of those. Now we planted this one about 3-4 years ago. We didn't get much more than enough to just kind of taste the first couple of years, but last year we had our first big batch and we had like baskets of grapes. This year I think we have about the same amount. There's grapes hidden all the way behind these leaves, all the way up and down and along the side as well. So we're gonna have tons of grapes. We still have lots of jellies, so I guess we'll have a lot of juice this year. So we planted ours right beside our deck, as you can tell. Not the greatest idea. I would next time plant it on the side of a garage or something like that, because these plants get really big, and you're looking at this thinking maybe it's not that big. That's because we just pruned it a couple of weeks ago, and I'll just show you a couple of photos of how big it was. It was spreading all over our deck, every direction. We're all having to step over it in every time we tried to use our deck, and on those really long branches there weren't actually any grapes on there. They were just kind of in the central area. So we just gave it a quick prune to allow us to actually be able to use our deck and walk around. So you pick the grapes in September, usually after a couple of light frosts. That's when they get the sweetest taste, and we've done that so far every year, and it's worked really well. The one downside of this plant is every year we get these little bugs. I'm not completely sure what they are. They kind of look like aphids, but they're not green. They don't seem to bother the plant that much. I think we get a little bit of mottling on the leaves because of them, but the fruit doesn't seem to be affected. But if you put the plant right where you're going to be sitting, like us with our deck, you end up having these tiny little bugs just around the bush itself. But they don't seem to go spread any further than that. So they're not a huge hassle, but it is something to keep in mind when deciding where to plant it.